Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's going on, guys? Today, Robinhood is set to report earnings after the market closes today, and that's in the next 3 minutes. So we are officially live. Make sure, again, if you want to partake in that live chat, all you literally need to do is subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notifications so you can engage with everyone in the chat. So Robinhood, as of right now, is up 4.3% during normal trading hours. If you look at Robinhood on the 4-hour time frame, we're just not very far from previous all-time highs of 154. Looks like it's down about 7.6%. Once it reports earnings, we'll get a better understanding of, what the market is factoring in advance for Robinhood. 153.86. Oh, all right. Okay. For those that do not know, Robinhood has a market expectation of 51 cents for its earnings per share and 1.19 billion in revenue. Robinhood currently trades at a multiple of a 70 PE ratio, which is technically higher than industry standard. Revenue is 3.5 billion, net income is 1.7, but this is a company that currently has a valuation market cap of 127 billion right before it reports earnings. One of my trades today, I shorted Robinhood just like I shorted HIMS. I showed you guys in today's earlier video. If you guys didn't see it, we talked about Robinhood a bit, but this is HIMS. Overbought reversal setup. I think I was down about $1,000, maybe $2,000. I made $4,800. I closed out my short fully, left myself with my one lucky share. My entire trade plan was shared with my LPP team when I took the trade and even after in our LPP Discord chat. So again, if you ever want to watch me trade live, you get to see all of my good trades, all of my bad trades. Second link in the description down below will give you access and give you 50% off. I'm sorry, not 50% off. We'll give you $200 off LPP 2.0 for a one-time payment, lifetime access. So what is going on? All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. All right. I did have a small short on Robinhood. I closed it off. I talked to my LPP team about it when it was hitting this overbought side. Into the close, I only left 250 shares open. So that's about a $35,000 position. The rest of the position I fully closed. I do not recommend having an open position right before a company reports earnings. It's a very risky time and a very volatile time. All right, still waiting for the report to come out. No idea where it will move. Technically, none of us do, right? That's why we're all watching here to watch it react. Robinhood has had an amazing 2025, but can it continue its momentum? What's going on, Mike? What's up? I'm live right now. Yep. Dancing Diamonds, what's up, brother? Just waiting for Robinhood to report. normally is within the first 5 minutes or at that 5-minute mark, so just be patient with me. Again, if you're tuning in for the first time and you want to partake in that live chat, all you have to do is click subscribe to the channel. Eric, thanks for doing this. Very busy. I haven't tuned on in a while. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate that, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone's sick. They're getting ready to roll out robots. Oh, boy. Thanks for the stream. Of course, Daniel. Appreciate you tuning in. All right, let's see what we get here. 2 minutes left. You rocking the whoop on the wrist? I'm not. I have an Apple Watch myself. What's going on, Surge? What's up, Juan? Arm is ripping. Let's pull it up while we wait. Huge push. 9%, 9-10% push. Let's see if it holds. What's another company, AMC, that was set to report earnings? Terrible company, in my opinion. But we'll see how it reports. What's another one? What were the ones that were reporting today? So Robinhood was the main one that I was focused on. Oh, Dutch Bros. So that's BROS, right? DoorDash, okay. Nothing yet there. Oh, here we go. 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds. We have 1,000 of you guys here. Again, if it's not too much to ask, don't forget to drop a thumbs up on this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. IONQ. I'll check it out after this comes out. 10 seconds, less than 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Ooh! Wait, that was a big candle, but it's only down 1%. 2%. 2.2. That's not that crazy. It's down 1. Yeah, that's not that wild. How did it report? I don't see it yet. Really looks like it's trying to hold here at that 2% mark. Again, be mindful. A lot of volatility. It could quickly change direction and go in the green. It's not your money until you lock it in. Here we go. Second candle. All right. Holy smokes, man. Volume is high. I'm going to put my limit order to buy. That's to buy to cover. I'm not going long on it. I'm taking profits on my short. I'm not filled yet on my short. 137.50. Here we go. Got filled. 137.50. Up $2,500 on the day. On this, I was already up 1,000 though. That was a small position. Another 100 shares covered. I have 50 shares left. Right? Yeah. Pretty much fully out. When in doubt, never be afraid to cash out. Here it goes. Another leg down. Down 4%. All right. Just going to fully close it. Leaving myself with my one lucky share. There it goes. One lucky share. and get ready for it to drop. Again, one thing I'm notorious for is taking profits early. Made $2,500 shorting Robinhood. That was a very risky trade. The one that I don't feel was as risky was when price action supported the trade. My short on HIMS. Made $4,800, position fully closed, other than my one lucky share. So again, when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out. It's not your money until you take profits. Is it updating for any of you guys? Looks like Robinhood beat both earnings per share and revenue. Okay. What it came in at versus what was expected. Guidance must be off. Yeah, that's the thing. Robinhood did a really good job. Is it updating now? Still no update. Again, unfortunately, what is happening with a lot of these companies that have had insane rallies in 2025 is a lot of them are correcting. They're not meeting up with the hype. Wow. If I would have kept my full short on Robinhood, that would have been notorious. It's down 5% on the day, giving back all that it gained today. All that it gained. It took all day for it to get to 144.75. Boom. The first 5 minutes of reporting earnings, giving it back. Remember, it is not your money until you take it. This is a very volatile market. One moment, it's incredibly bullish. Another moment, it changes on a dime. Show Dash. Did that report today? What the heck? DoorDash? Oh! Diabolical. Oh, man. I mean, I'm happy to see it. Too much. It's like too much uncertainty now. Isn't that like the frustrating part? Be honest. We all knew that. We all knew of the uncertainty. There were all the signs about our economy slowing down. And guess what? Even still right now, markets can ignore it. They can buy up this dip. Who knows? By next week or in 2 weeks, we could be making new all-time highs. You know this. You know this for a fact. Again, I'm all for being bearish. You guys know that I love shorting the market. But remember, the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. Do not get an intraday opportunity confused with the true market direction. It's not market manipulation, it's correcting itself. Why does everyone have to resort to conspiracy? I feel like it's more market manipulation, pumping up the markets to new all-time highs when all economic data supports a slowdown. People can't afford a mortgage. They can't afford rent. Food is incredibly more expensive. They can't find jobs. Inflation is beginning to rise. Trade war concerns are present. Wars going on. These have been present for months, but markets have not cared. Why? Because of the AI revolution. It's about 5 to 10 different companies with inflated valuations that are carrying overall markets. You all know this. You all know this for a fact. I know I regurgitate it a lot, but you're all aware of it. Nvidia, Apple, not really so much even Apple. And look at that, quickly recovering. Possible lower high. Love to see it. Wow. Dutch Bros, up 3%. I've shared this with my LPP team. I like to share my ideas, not because I think I'm right, but people follow me because they like to hear my ideas. So again, I just want to remind you, don't copy what it is that I do just because I do it. I like to just share my why. I've began to rotate out of big tech on my investment account, and I started to invest in companies that are not so tech focused. Just my opinion. Am I fully out of Nvidia? Am I fully out of Tesla? No. I've just began to reduce my exposure to those companies and rotate into companies that, even if markets do sell off, they probably also will sell off with it, just not as much as Nvidia and Tesla. We all know that there's huge retracement potential, as there's upside potential too, but I'm just choosing to play it safe, and I know that's boring. I know that's not sexy, but I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing. Rotating out of big tech, still invested and still have some skin in the game, but reducing my exposure and rotating into what I view to be more recession-proof businesses. They still will get affected and they still will experience a downturn, but in my opinion, just not as much. Exactly. Just diversifying. That's all I'm choosing to do. I'm not saying that you should. I'm just making you aware. If you have a financial advisor, I would encourage you to entertain a conversation with them of what they would think about that kind of idea. Okay? All right. Well, that was enough time, no? There it goes, finally. Here it goes. November 4th, beat it by 10 cents, which is 19%, beating earning expectations, and then revenue up by 6.72%. I'm not surprised that Robinhood is beating earnings, right? We talked about it in today's earlier video. My big question and concern was guidance. Where do investors see the future? If there's uncertainty of an up-and-coming recession, guidance is going to be lower for Robinhood because it makes majority of its money from retail traders and through payment through order flow. And if trading activity slows down, then obviously they begin to make less money. If you don't mind, I'm going to share with you the same thing that I shared in today's earlier video. If you go on Robinhood, on Investing Pro, and you click on the Pro Research, it shares with you the data of how this company makes money, right? And you can see in 2022 is when we began to see a downturn. Do you remember back in 2022 is when markets began to sell off? If you look at Robinhood's price performance, 2022, Robinhood went from $84 per share down to $66.81. It lost 90% of its value in just a few months. Of course, a few months later, now it's trading at $153 per share. Does this look like a good deal? Or does it look like a possible overvalued stock that's performed very well during current economic conditions? But if we do enter a slowdown, retail traders are bound to trade less. They're more likely to experience losses, stray away from non-essential activities such as trading or investing for many people, and then their revenue is expected to drop. Just like we saw in 2022, their price action was bearish. 2022, the revenue also declined. Revenue began to increase between 2023 to 2024, so did price action. So again, I like to use data to support the price action. There is no question that current revenue growth is attractive for Robinhood. And if you believe that markets will only go higher, then I would remain bullish on Robinhood. But if you're like me and you think that there's possibility for a slowdown or recession, then again, there could be a possible retracement if there is in our market, in our economy, then a possible retracement for up and coming quarters on companies like Robinhood that make money through order flow. This can happen and we will too. This will happen to any business that is dependent on people using their excess money during a bullish market environment. If we enter recession, non-essential businesses become less active and less attractive. They begin to make less, therefore they get to produce less. Just, again, I like sharing ideas. You don't need to agree with me, which is why I always like to talk about both sides. If you believe that Robinhood and the economy will only continue to do better, then therefore you could assume that Robinhood is likely to do better as well. Because if you're bullish on our economy and you think that things will only continue to go higher, that type of economic condition will support higher valuations for Robinhood. Okay? All right. How did we do? You guys are listing a bunch of different stocks that I think just reported earnings right now. Let's check it out. Elf. Oh my gosh. 1/4 of its value. Wiped. 1/5 of its value. Currently trading at $91 per share. Wow. DoorDash down 16%. Wow. Robinhood, again, it reported good earnings and it still has its earnings call to have. Who knows? Maybe it'll recover, right? I've taken profits on everything. I'm fully closed out for the day. One lucky share. One lucky share. 4,800 on HIMS. 2,500 on Robinhood. I'm happy with the day. We'll leave it at that, guys. So again, there's more companies reporting earnings tomorrow. If you guys want me to go live, again, all I literally ask you to do is to drop a thumbs up on this channel and don't forget to subscribe. I do trade live every single morning, and if you ever want to tune on in, it is designed for complete beginners, and it's the second link in the description down below if you want $200 off to watch me trade live every single day. We have people that signed up back in 2018 that still have access to it today. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, and it's designed for complete beginners. If you're not a beginner, then LPP is not designed for you, and maybe you could just subscribe to the channel and I can do my part there to keep you up to date. So again, hope that everyone thumbs up. If you also like the software that I use to be able to do more of a fundamental analysis on these different companies, that's from Investing Pro. They currently have a sale going on. It's an early Black Friday sale. And if you want to check it out, it breaks down to about $9 a month with the current sale. And that's the first link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing day. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.